Swing, batter, batter, swing. Today I am looking at all of the NES baseball games, and believe me, there are quite a few of them out there. Baseball is America's pastime, and over the last 30 years, video games have also become our pastime. So why not make a video featuring all the NES baseball games? Now I can't guarantee you that all of these baseball games are good, but most of them are. I'm just doing my best to showcase the gameplay and give you a summary of each game. So maybe you guys can do me a favor and let me know in the comments which baseball game is your favorite. But before we get into this list, if this is your first time on my channel, or if you just haven't yet, make sure you hit that sub button to watch plenty of NES content from countdowns and retrospectives. Alright, it's time to step up to the plate because we're exploring every NES baseball game.
Now you're playing with power.
Baseball. It's the bottom of the ninth. You're at the plate. Here comes the pitch. You swing. It's a smash deep into center field. A home run. It's Nintendo Baseball. A game so real you'll think you're in the majors. You control the swing of the bat, the speed of the pitch, the hits, the steals, the double plays. Play against a computer opponent or challenge a friend. Nintendo's state-of-the-art graphics and realistic gameplay will have you really believing you're playing baseball. Just add peanuts, popcorn, and Cracker Jacks for the time of your life. Major League Baseball. This baseball game featured a full Major League roster of all 26 teams of the 1987 baseball season. The players, however, are never identified by name, only by jersey number. Now there is no season mode, but you can play a regular season game, an All-Star game, or the World Series. Before each game begins, you set your lineup and starting pitcher from your chosen team's roster. Gameplay is the standard behind the catcher viewpoint for pitching and batting, and it switches to a different view after the ball is hit. RBI Baseball. No other baseball game gets you closer to playing in the big time than RBI Baseball, because every one of the 10 teams in RBI Baseball contains the rosters and player stats officially licensed from the Major League Baseball Players Association. So, when your lineup includes MVPs such as Reggie Jackson or Don Mattingly, you're getting their actual running speed and batting power. Like real baseball, these skills and stats affect the outcome of every play. Like a real manager, you'll need to make good use of this vital information if you want a winning record. RBI Baseball is so intensely realistic, you can play against the computer in a 9-game season or compete against a friend in your own best-of-7 series. Bases loaded. The voices, action, and graphics are so real, you'll believe you're in the starting lineup. The characters look like real baseball players, not cartoons. The action moves at the same pace as a real game. The sounds are also real. The crack of the bat, the calls of the ump, the roar of the crowd when you score. Play against a computer or a friend, and pick your team from 12 different lineups. It's tough though. Each team has 30 players, 12 pitchers, and 18 fielders. Each baseball player has his own style. Good luck learning all 360 players. In this game, you can control and play any position. Whether pitching or at bat, control every aspect of the game. Throw a fastball, high and outside, or maybe a slider. Swing for the fences, hit and run, bunt, steal, or call for a pinch hitter. Tecmo Baseball. There are 5 modes in Tecmo Baseball: 1-player, 2-player, 1-player All-Star, 2-player All-Star, and Watch Mode. In one-player mode, you pick from one of the 14 teams and challenge each of the other teams. A password feature allows you to continue from where you left off, and you also have the option of using a DH. The gameplay is similar to the many other baseball games released for the NES, and the camera angle when batting or pitching is from behind the pitcher. The pitcher can pitch the ball high and low, as well as add some curve to it. Tecmo Baseball also includes digitized voices for the umpire. Baseball Stars. Player, manager, owner, you can do it all in Baseball Stars. Make your own team and leagues. Hire, fire, and trade players. Develop your players from the inexperienced rookies that they are into veteran pitchers and hitters. Play against a friend or challenge the computer. You'll never have to worry about being rained out again. This baseball game claims to be the most comprehensive baseball simulation available for the Nintendo Entertainment System. For Grand Slam play and plenty of options, Baseball Stars is the best. Well, according to the back of the box. Bases Loaded 2. In this version of Bases Loaded, you coach your team through a 130-game season in either the Western or Eastern Division of professional baseball. Win the pennant and you're off to the World Series. You can also play head-to-head with a friend. Choose from 6 teams in each division. Once you take your place in the dugout, you're the manager, juggling your own lineup and batting order. You'll also need to judge how your players are playing with their player performance ratings. This unique feature of Bases Loaded 2 rates each player in 3 categories: physical, sensitivity, and intellectual. Each rating is like an algorithm going up and down, just like in real life. The player performance ratings simulate what players really go through, with streaks and slumps. Bases Loaded 2 also features similar realistic on-field action that was present in the first game of the series. Baseball Simulator 1000. Precise pitching, bullseye batting, and far out fielding. It's all under your control with simple yet a sophisticated operation. At last, the definitive baseball action game. With loads of features, it's the ultimate baseball simulation that you've always wanted. Play ball with your favorite Major League stars, heroes from the past, fantasy leagues, or you can even enter yourself into the game. You'll be able to play a full-length season with 6 teams for 5, 30, 60, or even 165 games. Follow the teams and players through the season and monitor their stats. You can even get top 10 rankings in batting and pitching. Or if you're really into stats, you can simulate a full season based on statistics. The season can be played automatically while you enjoy following a team through its games. And by editing the team and players' abilities, it's a full auto simulation game. Now, while this is a very serious simulation game, there's also some hilarious features to it. You can throw pitches that disappear or speed up in mid-air. You can also fight back with hits that explode or knock out the fielders. And you can catch the balls by leaping hundreds of feet in the air. RBI Baseball 2. This game was not licensed by Nintendo, but I thought I'd throw it on here anyway. RBI Baseball 2 features all 26 Major League teams, each with a full roster of players. You can choose any National or American League team, and you can even play one of the 1989 AllStar squads. The game features 1-player and 2-player options as well as a password mode to enable you to play a full season. And if you're really bored, there is also a watch mode that provides you with the best seat in the house for a computer-controlled matchup. RBI Baseball 2 is very similar to the gameplay of the original game, but this time around the game uses the teams and statistics from the 1989 season. Bad News Baseball. Welcome to the world of Bad News Baseball, a place where rabbits serve as umpires, home runs escape the Earth's atmosphere, and batters are knocked unconscious when they make an out. Bad News Baseball is a Japanese import for a younger audience. The game has 2 leagues, the Ultra and Super Leagues, each with 12 teams that represent major league cities, which use fictional players and names. There's several modes to choose from to start the game. You can play a 1-player tournament versus the computer, or you can play a 3-game series against a friend. There's also an AllStar mode which enables you to build a 23-player team from the rosters of one of the leagues. And if you want to watch a game, there's also Spectator mode. Dusty Diamond's All-Star Softball. All weekend ball players know that softball is no joke, but that doesn't mean that you can't have a little fun with it. And when you step up to the plate in this game, you'll find the wackiest bunch of players to ever hit a softball diamond. You'll be able to play 7 fast or slow pitch games. In 1-player mode, you face the computer in a 5-game elimination tournament. Win them all and you earn the right to challenge the awesome Amazons, an all-star softball all-time championship team. Of course, you also have the option to play a friend in head-to-head. There's no preset softball clubs, so you can recruit a 10-member squad from a roster of 60 weird players. Look for the players who have strong basic baseball skills, such as arm strength and speed, but to win on some of the tricky fields, you'll also need players with more unusual skills, such as climbing fences, diving into water, and flying at night. With 6 softball fields to choose from, including the sandlot, the cliff, and a professional field, there's going to be some great action. Get ready to take yourself out to the softball park. Little League Baseball Championship Series. You get your choice of 16 teams to play, 8 domestic teams and 8 foreign teams from Asia and Europe. In 1-player mode, you play the computer in an international tournament. For 2 players, you each have a squad in the tournament. All games are 7 innings long. To help you pick a team, there's a power analysis screen that allows you to see how the teams rate on hitting, pitching, overall defense, and running. When you're up to bat, you can move around in the box, control your swing, and bunt. Pitchers have the choice of fastballs and changeups and curving the ball left and right. And on defense, all players can dive for the balls or jump up to snare a line drive. And you know what's pretty cool about this game? You can also have the ability to put the shift on to defend against pull hitters or bunts. Base Wars. Alright, time to get weird with a wacky robotic baseball game. In the 24th century, the game of baseball is very different. Tired of paying huge players' salaries, the team owners got together one weekend and came up with a bold new idea: robots. Indeed, they renamed their league the Cyber League and stocked it with 4 robot types: cyborgs, tanks, floaters, and motorcycles. On an orbital stadium in space, these robots all play a slightly different variation of baseball. Hitting the ball and catching pop flies and making home runs are all the same, but when the call of play is in dispute, there are no base referees. The robots will instead engage in one-on-one battles using the weapons that they are carrying. If you want to upgrade those weapons, parts, and equipment, you can with team funds that are awarded after wins. Bases Loaded 3. A unique challenge in gameplay. Be the perfect player. Get a perfect rating. Play a perfect game in Bases Loaded 3. Bases Loaded 3 rates your ability in 13 skill categories. The better you get, the harder it gets. So sharpen your skills, step up to the plate, and take a swing at beating the computer. In this game, you'll have big league TV camera views, diving stops, hard sliders, and computerized skill ratings. RBI Baseball 3. You guessed it, this game was, again, not licensed by Nintendo, but I'll showcase it anyway. RBI Baseball 3 took the popular baseball series a step further statistically, adding each MLB division winning team from 1983 to 1990, in addition to the 1989 AllStar teams and all 26 1990 teams. That is a ton of teams to choose from, and it also allows you to do some dream matchups. Want to see how the 1986 Mets might have done against the 1987 Twins? Well, here's your chance. Now, while the game was not licensed by Nintendo, it was licensed by the Major League Baseball's Player Association. Thus, real Major League players and statistics are included, but the teams themselves are represented only by their home cities. So, no team nicknames. Roger Clemens MVP Baseball. In Roger Clemens MVP Baseball, players play a standard 9-inning baseball game. You'll be able to do a practice game, a full regular season, including the World Championship playoffs. While playing in regular season mode, the players can see their chosen team's progress by using the in-game calendar showing all the games. Players will select from a fictional team, and when controlling the pitcher, the player can control the speed and spin of the pitch, as well as the pitcher's position on the plate. The pitcher can also stop the opponent from stealing a base, which can be seen via windows showing the positions of all the base runners. After the ball is hit, the game goes into the fielding mode, where the camera shifts to a view that is lower than the normal 45-degree angle. The player then controls the closest fielder to try and catch the ball. Camera views are pretty big in this game, and there are many different ones depending on the location of the ball. Legends of the Diamond. This baseball game features 30 all-time great baseball players. There's an exhibition mode, which is just a single game, and a tournament mode where you pick your players and then the computer pits you against other random-made teams. Win, and you advance to the next game. Pitching is done by a behind-the-batter view. The pitchers can throw the ball with 3 different speeds: slow, medium, and fast, and the fielders are also controlled manually. You'll be able to choose between an old classic-style stadium or a new modern-style one. Besides the actual look of the place, the only real difference between the two is that it's easier to hit home runs in the older stadiums. Baseball Stars 2. Baseball Stars 2 contains a more polished baseball game at the expense of a few customizable features that the first Baseball Stars had. The returning features include a create a team mode, upgrading and hiring/firing players, and a league mode. But there's going to be some missing features that include renaming the players, renaming the teams, and females are also no longer present. This sequel contains 12 pre-made teams and 6 slots for user-created teams. There are 4 selectable stadiums to play in this time around. Bases Loaded 4. The last baseball game on the NES. This game featured slightly more elaborate animations than its predecessors and much larger fielders. Removed was the goal to play a flawless game, but instead, It featured more traditional modes, including exhibition games and a full season to play. This version was geared more toward fast-paced arcade gameplay than simulation. Bases Loaded 4 was not licensed by the Major League Baseball or the Major League Baseball Players Association and did not feature any real American or Japanese teams or players. Bo Jackson Baseball. This is in fact the third time that I am redoing this video because I keep finding more and more NES baseball games. So here we go. Hopefully this is the final NES baseball game. Now, if you don't know who Bo Jackson was, he was the first all-star athlete in two major sports, with that being baseball and football. This game plays like a standard baseball game, or you can choose between 5 and 8 innings if you wish. There are 3 difficulty levels giving access to players at all skill levels. When you're pitching, you are given 5 different pitch types that the pitcher chooses by pressing the correct directional button before the pitch, therefore keeping it hidden from your opponent. Batting is done the same way, but the type of hit is chosen as the batter hits the ball. One of the cooler things about this game is that you can actually steal bases. Fielding is only done using the CPU, but once the fielder gets the ball, then you must choose which base to throw the ball to using directional buttons. All of the teams in the game are just city names, and the players, all with different stats, are fictional except for Bo Jackson himself, who is hidden in the game. So there you have it, every NES baseball game. Well, I hope so. If I missed any from the NES library, let me know in the comments below. But beside that, which baseball game on the NES was a home run or grand slam in your opinion? Let me know your favorite baseball game below. And while you're there, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel to watch plenty of NES content. Thanks for watching.